And good evening to you. Welcome to IESA 8th grade Class 3A state finals action from Pana High School, live on Central Illinois Sports. This evening in our second quarterfinal, we are featuring the 21-2 Peru Parkside Raiders and the 24-1 Staunton Terriers in what should be a fun matchup. The winner of this game will take on Mantino tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock in the state semifinal. We'll talk more about both of these teams and also let you know what's still to come in this quarterfinal Friday night from Pana on the other side of this time out of the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now that the new year is upon us, it's time to focus on the important things like Wi-Fi, strong connections, and high speed. This is the perfect time to tell you to call Cascom today. We specialize in all of those important needs. With our high-speed fiber optic service, we make your life easier. Whether that's online streaming, gaming, or just wanting good local TV channels, we have it all. So give us a call today at 1-800-252-1799.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Welcome back alongside from Pana High School for this Class 3A IESA Volleyball quarterfinal. Peru, Parkside, and Staunton. Parkside with a fantastic 21-2 record on the season. In postseason action, defeated Rockford Kennedy in dominating fashion, 25-5 and then 25-3. A three-set win over Manulus Bureau Valley in a good contest in the regional semifinal. 25-21, 20-25, 25-22, and then went over Princeton Logan in the championship of the regional, 25-19, 25-14. They won in three sets over Lockport Kelvin Grove, coming from behind after falling in set number one, 23-25, to win back-to-back sets, 25-22 and 25-10, to arrive here in the state final eight. Their opponent will be the 24-1 Staunton Terriers. The Terriers won their regional 25-13, 25-6 over Piasaw, and then beat Greenville in the championship 25-6, 25-13, before defeating Macon Meridian in the state sectional 25-15, 25-21. Both teams with fantastic regular seasons and postseason. Looks to be a really great matchup. Peru Parkside is finishing up their warm-ups on the court here. And we'll have action for you from the 8th grade quarterfinals in just a little while. We'll meet all of the participants from both teams, and we will get set for action as Parkside finishes up their warm-up. Staunton will then have their 6 minutes, and then we'll get set for set number one. Let's step aside here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Back with more from Pana after this.
Okay, everyone, let's do this. How about you?
What are your thoughts on today's patient care?
Real busy day, but it was a team effort. And how about you?
Third checkup that your patient talked about her summer concert. How do you stay enthused?
You can't blame her. Those tickets were hard to come by. But her summer wasn't a cruel one. Huh? Next, how about you?
Doctor, it hurts when I do this.
Don't do that.
Hey, the internet says I'm sick. Am I?
I'd get a professional opinion on that.
Doc, donuts in the break room look like a hit.
Not bad. Definitely better than those bagels. Okay, we have time for one more. Next.
The staff looked focused today. What do you attribute that to?
Well, at Blessing, we're tasked with providing exceptional care, so every visit is like the big game for us. Okay, gotta run.
Strike your best deal on a new Ford Mach-E. Now at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, get a 2023 Ford Mach-E for just $563 per month. Offer for a limited time only at westtownford.com.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs, or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Welcome back to Pana on the Great Rivers Bank pre-match show. Staunton out on the court warming up. The Terriers are 24-1 on the year, just a tremendous record, and they'll look to take on this tough Peru Parkside team who has an impressive 21-2 record of their own. Winner will play tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock in the state semifinal against Mantino, who won their matchup over Beecher 25-12, 25-9. Other quarterfinals yet to be played this evening. 7 o'clock scheduled start for Teutopolis and Eureka. Teutopolis 22-4, Eureka 24-3. And then at 8:15, Illini Bluffs at 21-0 will take on 21-3 Williamsville. So lots of good records in this entire tournament slate. And teams that are very evenly matched. And Thomas, kind of like we talked about prior to our opening quarterfinal this evening, sometimes it's about who can get and maintain that early momentum.
Yeah, it seems to be really important to strike first, and whoever can really get that early momentum and kind of take the ball and keep rolling with it seems to be able to run away with it. And a lot of the time that we've seen, we're seeing straight sets with teams that can get momentum. I mean, it's not even something that just carries over in one game. It really has that big mental impact of being able to carry over both games. So getting that early lead can really give you a good swing of momentum.
It's important to have versatile players, as you have to have players be able to play multiple positions, but one of the big things you notice in the game of volleyball is your setter can kind of make or break your team.
Oh, yeah. If you have a good setter that can put your ball up and really set your big hitters up to succeed, it can take you a long way. And a good setter does that in more ways than just setting your hitters up. You know, knowing the time whenever it's time to get a quick dump over and just catch them off guard, or just placing the ball in the right spot can make that big difference.
Watching the Staunton Terriers warm up, it looks like they have some big hitters as well. We saw some power out of that Mantino team earlier today, and sometimes if your setter can get you at the right spot in that jump, you can really get some power behind that. And it looks like both of these teams are well equipped with the middle and outside hitters to do just that. Another thing I was impressed with last week in the 7th grade tournament and so far through game 1 is how solid most of these young people are at serving the ball. We have seen very, very few service errors. Now, every once in a while, you'll get one that maybe hits the net or is a little beyond the back line, but for the most part, I would say we're probably looking at 95% of serves that are in play.
And I think that consistency in serving really does a big part to play with that momentum that we've kind of touched on. Is, if you can keep your serves going and you can keep the ball on your side of the court, it makes a big difference. But whenever you're running into those service errors and you're interrupting your momentum a lot of the time, it can really throw your team out of that swing that you've gotten into.
Staunton finishing their warm-ups. We'll pause for our final timeout of the Great Rivers Bank pre-game show when we come back with the Farm and Home Supply starting lineup. So we hope you'll stick with us here on Central Illinois Sports.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that. It looks awesome. And then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
Is predator hunting your thing? Game Masters has you covered. We have way more than just deer and turkey hunting gear, safes, clothes, and gifts. Come check out our predator guns, calls, decoys, lights, traps, binoculars, bipods, tripods, and shooting sticks. Don't forget your thermal and night vision, rifle scopes, trapping equipment, and supplies. Whether your next game pursuit is big or small, runs or flies, Game Masters has what you need to get the job done. We're passionate about the outdoors.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
We are just about ready to meet all of the young people involved in today's action. Staunton, the Terriers, and the Peru Parkside Raiders in this quarterfinal matchup in the IESA Class 3A State Tournament. Action from all 4 locations live for you right now on Central Illinois Sports. And with your IESA State membership, you can watch all the games live and on demand from any of the locations. And hoping to see a good matchup here as the Raiders and Terriers are set to match up. Staunton will be in the maroon uniforms with the white numbers and lettering here today, as Peru Parkside is in the red uniforms, the white numbers and some black accents to their uniforms here today. We do want to remind you that the ISA will be naming at least one member school in each of the 15 Board of Directors geographic divisions. They'll be voted on by their peers to receive the Division Sportsmanship Award. The ISA will present to each winning school a banner recognizing this accomplishment. To be eligible, the school must be involved in at least 5 ISA sports and activities. The school must have no players, coaches, or fans ejected during the school year, and the school's players, coaches, and fans must exemplify all-around good behavior. Schools will vote online in May to determine this year's winners, and we've seen good sportsmanship so far here today and expecting the same out of these 2 teams and their fans here in this matchup. The Staunton Terriers 24-1, Jeannie Lusicow, Holly Weller, Leanne Treckler, and Sarah Burnett are their coaches, and we'll meet their non-starters first of all. Number 12, Nana Taylor. Number 13, Megan McMahon. Number 14 will be Sophie Aberly. Number 16, Sophie Beisner. Then we'll have number 18, Caitlin Matessa. Also number 24, Haley Borgic. 26, Alyssa Wagoner. Number 30, Peyton Crawford rounds out the non-starters for the Terriers. All 8th graders with the exception of one young lady who will be in the starting lineup as a 7th grader here today for Staunton. We'll have their starters for you in just a moment. Again, the Terriers 24-1 on the year. Looking to move on to the state semifinals. And they're finishing up the final young ladies who are in the non-starters. Now we'll meet the starters for the Terriers. Number 10, we'll see Lainey Weller. She's a 7th grader setter for this team. Number 21, an 8th grader in Brianna Johnson. A setter in an 8th grader, that's Alyssa DeLong. Also we'll see Kaden Legender. She's an outside hitter, 8th grader. Nora Window, she is an outside hitter, 8th grader. Where's the number 37? We'll also see number 38, Caliana Bueller. Bueller is an outside hitter and an 8th grader for this Terriers team. And then Addie Monolo will be the libero for this squad. She is an 8th grader and will wear the number 59 as the libero for the Terriers. And Thomas, your favorite sports figure to ever wear 59? I'll wait for you to decide.
Let's see. I think that would be Addie Manalo.
Yeah. Addie Manalo, yeah, of course. Not a number you would recognize in a lot of other sports. Baseball would usually mean you just got called up. Football would mean you're on the line, and well, they don't recognize you nearly as much. But here in volleyball, it's the libero number for the Staunton Terriers team, and Addie Monolo is getting her teammates and the crowd pumped up here, and a big Staunton following as they have one of the shorter trips to travel to reach this Pena location. Now for the Peru Parkside Raiders, their head coaches and coaching staff, I should say, Linda Kasich, Jacqueline Sonnenberg, and Tara Backus. Their non-starters will be number 7, Arlie George. It's an all 8th grade lineup, by the way, for Parkside. Number 9, Maddie Putnam. Also we'll see Asanya Roberson. We'll also see number 18, Mia Michelson. Number 19, Zariah Delgado. And number 28, Riley Russell, will be the non-starters for the Peru Parkside Raiders. Starters for this team, the libero wearing the number 2 will be Annika Skug. She is an 8th grader and again is the libero for this team. At the middle hitter, she's an 8th grader, number 13, Maggie Bumgarner. We'll also see in action for this squad from Parkside, Charlie Suseric. Suseric wears the number 21 and is an outside hitter. At center will be Hope and Koyak, wearing the number 22. Wearing the number 23, another center for this team, an 8th grader, Parker McLean. Number 24, an outside hitter, is Emma Tomlinson. And at a middle hitter is number 26, Jalen Sanders for Peru Parkside. Again, Parkside will be in the red uniforms with the white numbers and black accents, while Staunton wears the maroon uniforms with the white numbers and lettering here this evening. Finishing up the in-house announcements of these two teams, and then we'll get set for action in this state quarterfinal on Central Illinois Sports. Good Parkside following across the way as well. This is a big gymnasium here at Pena. Really holds a lot of folks. And a good crowd on hand for this quarterfinal at the state level. And Thomas, that's what you're looking for. Fans in the stands here to cheer and be positive with the young people on the court.
Yeah, always good to bring a good following. Just let them know that, the community's behind them and that everybody's here and rallying for them to, bring home that state championship.
And while this is a big deal at this point in their career, it's important for both these teams to remind you that they're still very, very early on in their volleyball adventures. So win or lose today is not a make or break for how volleyball will go forever for these two teams. But of course, they'd like to win and play tomorrow in a couple of games as well. The two teams have met at the net, and we're just about ready for action here. Staunton on the right side of your screen as Peru Parkside on the left side here. Referees will check to make sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. Referee is having a talking to with Annika Skug, and I think she's kidding, and I think Annika might not know that she is kidding as much. She looked very serious there for a moment. Now she has a smile on her face. She says, oh, she was just joking with me. You can tell just some nerves early on, and Tom, those nerves not only on the court, but you see some of the folks in the stands on the edge of their seat as well.
You know, you talk about a lot of the time, the most nervous people in the house are the parents. The kids out there, they can be as cool as a cucumber, and the parents can be about as stressed as they are.
All right, as we see Addie Manalo check in as the libero for this Staunton team. It appears Staunton will serve to start action today. Manalo will get the ball to her teammate in Caliana Bueller. And we're underway here in state quarterfinal action. Bueller on the serve with the right hand. And serves it out of bounds. And it'll be a point for Parkside here to start the contest. You can kind of see early on, maybe a little too jacked up here as Hope and Koyak is back to serve for Peru Parkside, the Raiders. Koyak serve is across. Hit there by Manalo. Set up on the outside for Legender. Hits it across. Set up the net by Koyak. Set across and put down this time by Jalen Sanders, and Parkside with the early 2-0 lead. Hope and Koyak is an 8th grader. Setter for this team. Wears the number 22. She's back to serve once again with the jump serve. Taken in the back row here. Set toward the net, looking for Legender on the outside. Hits this one into the top of the net, and a quick 3-0 Parkside lead. Some early errors for Staunton have led to points for Parkside, and they're trying to take advantage of it and get a big lead early. And Koyak's serve, though, is out of bounds and a service error here as it's beyond the back line. And that will put Staunton on the board. 3-1 the score now, and back to serve is Addie Manalo. Manalo, the libero for this Staunton Terrier team. Sends it across the net and gets an ace, the first of this match. Manalo with the ace. Cuts it to a 1-point Peru Parkside lead. And she'll look to tie it up. Does she have back-to-back aces here? The serve for Manalo. Taken here now by Parkside. Set by Koyak. And her teammate in McLean tried to get that one up and over, but she was too close to the net. Really didn't have much of a chance there. We're tied up at 3 points apiece. Manalo to serve again for the Terriers. Starting at the high school level, the Bulldogs, I believe. And now they'll have a serve into the net here on a service error. Both teams with a couple of those to start the night. Not unusual in the early going until folks kind of get settled in. On for Peru Parkside is Riley Russell checking in. And also into the contest is Mia Michelson. And Michelson will be back to serve for Parkside. Puts this one across on a nice serve, and she's going to get the ace. Good effort there by Bueller, but good power from the serve by Michelson. Fresh into this contest. 5-3 Raiders on top. The next hits the top of the net, falls in. Back-to-back aces by Parkside have made this a 6-3 score. And Michelson takes a deep breath and puts the serve across. Put a little extra on that one as she just barely made it over the net the time before. Taken across the net here by Weller. Set up by Parkside. They'll send it back across, back to the net. Kind of batted around here by Staunton. And then falls to the court, 7-3 to score. Staunton's coaching staff trying to give some encouragement from the sideline. Again, the Terriers just one loss on the season, so they're not extremely used to being behind, especially in the early going. The next serve by Michelson is another ace, and now I think we'll see Staunton call the timeout, and they will. Parkside off to a good start, 8-3 over Staunton. Back with you after this.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Fans, the IESA is proud to announce that the official volleyball used in the Volleyball State Series has been manufactured by Macassa Sports. Macassa is making a major commitment to the schools of the IESA and the young people who represent them in state series competition. When kids from Illinois play their games, they make the outcome official with Macassa. Timeout taken by Staunton, and it breaks the serve of Maya Michelson. She serves it into the net. And Staunton now trying to get some momentum headed their way here early in set one, as they'll have Lainey Weller back to serve for the first time today. Weller is a 7th grader on this team for the Terriers, and she'll put this serve into play. Ball hit here toward the net by Koyak, and sets it up on the outside to Riley Russell, who gets the big kill. Well-placed ball by Koyak that time as the setter, and Russell knew what to do with it. And it makes a 9 for Parkside. Sanders to serve with the overhand serve from the right-hander. Set at the net here by Weller. On the outside for Legender. And Thomas, we saw Legender warming up ahead of time, and it's a little different when she hits it.
And that's what we talked about, where if your setter can set you up right there on the net and get you in a good position, it makes the world of difference.
I'm just telling you folks that I would not want to be anywhere around the opposite side of the net when Kaden Legender gets the ball like that. That ball was flying off of her hand. Now she's on to serve. Ball set high. Riley on the outside. Ball sent across the net now by Bumgarner. Set up here by Weller again. On the outside this time it's Bueller with a big swing, and Bueller with the kill to make it 9-6. And now Staunton getting rolling here. They've cut it to a 3-point lead. If they can keep getting the ball on the outside of Bueller and Legender, Staunton will have some good things going here. It's Legender on the serve. Ball is mishandled by Parkside. And 9-7 Terriers. After the timeout, they really have settled down. That's good coaching. Again, you can talk strategy, you can talk a lot of things during those timeouts, but sometimes it's just relax. Legender gets another ace. And now the Raiders see their momentum slipping away. I thought maybe we'd see them call a timeout, but not yet. As Legender is back to serve again. Serves this one across, and another ace. 9-9 the score, as Staunton right back into this one in a brand new ball game. Parkside will do a little rotating on their side to try to defense the serve of Legender. Another one. Diving play here. Now at the net, a little miscommunication, and Staunton has their first lead of this contest. Terriers have come storming back. A lot of it behind the right hand of Tatum Legender, who has another good serve here. And again, Parkside with some miscommunication. 11-9 to score. And they're doing a good job, Tom, of getting that first serve handle, but then some miscommunication as look out, there's a Terrier getting ready to walk in front of you. The Staunton mascot is up in the stands. He doesn't bite anybody in the ankles. Here's the ball set up for Scood and sent across by Parkside. Played there by Monolo for the Terriers. Across the net off of the hands of Aberle. Now set up on the outside, looking for Riley that time. Dug out nicely. They set it for Bueller. Saved in by Parkside at the net, pushed across. Monolo again. Now for Weller. Set up by Legender, and too hard this time out of bounds. So Parkside able to break the serve of Legender finally. But after an early, what looked to be a comfortable lead, they find themselves down by 1 as McLean on to serve. Monolo handles it there. Through the net by Weller. Pushed across by Bueller. Now the ball set high by McLean on the outside. Good swing of it this time from Koyak. Sent right back here by Bueller. Parkside will send it off of the hand of Bumgarner. A chance to set up for a big hit here on the outside. Bueller hits the top of the net, but sneaks it across and down, and Staunton leads 12-10. Terriers will have Nora Window back to serve. An all 8th grade roster for this Staunton Terrier team. Puts this one into play. Ball hit high, blocked at the net, batted back and forth, and what are we going to say here? An infraction at the net by Parkside will give Staunton the 13-10 lead. 13-10 score here in set number 1. Window serves this one just over the top of the net. She is going to get an ace. Now things really rolling the way of Staunton. After facing an early deficit. Window. From the right side, puts this one across. Free ball blocked at the net here by Aberly. And another Terrier point and a timeout taken by Parkside now. 15-10, Staunton has the advantage. Back with you after the Parkside timeout.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Peru Parkside called the timeout. Staunton has the 15-10 lead. After an early deficit for the Terriers, they have found their rhythm. And Nora Window is back on to serve, following the break in the action. Window serves this one, played there by Skoog, taken to the net by Parkside. Ball set up here on the outside, looking for Bueller, who sends it across with some force. Parkside trying to keep it alive, and they do on a nice play by Parker McLean. Ball set up here on the outside again for Bueller. Pushes it across. Diving play by Skoog. Set up on the outside, left side now, and Koliak, and she'll get the kill. That ball was tipped by Staunton. That's why, even though it went beyond the end line, it still is a point for Parkside. And it makes it 15-11. Emma Tomlinson on to serve for Peru Parkside. Tomlinson, an 8th grader for her team. And sends this one too far beyond the end line, out of bounds. And the Terriers extend their lead to 16-11. We'll see into the contest Alyssa DeLong, and DeLong is back to serve. She says, "Where's the volleyball?" And they run it down from the corner here. DeLong with her first serve of the evening. Sends it across the net. Played by Parkside. Ball set up here in the middle, looking for Nkowiak again. Played well by the Terriers, and another big swing. And when Legender hits it, you can tell she gets another kill. 17-11. She hit that one from the back row that time, Tom, and still quite a bit of force.
Showing a little bit of versatility.
DeLong again to serve. Played by Skoog. Set in the middle here by McLean, looking to send it across. That time was Susarik. Right back by the Terriers, and I think somebody made contact with the net, or maybe a double hit there possibly. Either way, it's an infraction by Staunton. And Parkside will be on the serve, trailing 17-12 as Annika Skoog is the server. Skoog serve. Played by the Terriers, set up here by DeLong, looking on the outside, good swing by Weller. Played well by Parkside, now to the net and pushed into the net off the hands of Sanders. 18-12 stop. This is where they get kind of dangerous, as Caliana Bueller will be back to serve. Bueller, Legender, Window, all three have done a nice job on the serving side as Bueller puts it across for the Terriers, and then just lack of communication by Parkside. Again, they're doing a nice job of receiving the serve well, but it's that second hit that they've not been able to master here so far in this first set. 19-12. Bueller, Skoog plays it here. Got to get it across, and they do off of the hands of McLean. Set up high on the right side this time for Johnson. And Brianna Johnson gets the first kill of this set for herself. makes it 20-12, and a timeout for Peru Parkside, their second of the first set. Staunton on top, 20-12, back on the other side of this break.
Game Masters is your headquarters for all your hunting gear. We have more than just camo hunting attire. Come check out our casual lines of Sitka, Under Armour, North Face, Columbia, Drake, and more. Pursue your prey with these off-road Quiet Cat bikes from Game Masters. Easy to transport and perfect for your next hunting adventure. Game Masters, we're passionate about the outdoors.
20-12 is the Staunton lead as Peru Parkside has taken the timeout, their second of this set here in the opening set. And Tom, the Staunton team, they've got it rolling now.
Yeah, once they kind of got their footing underneath of them and found that momentum that they needed, they kind of took it and calmed things down and really got back into the swing of things here.
And they have some powerful hitters on this team, and they've been on full display here as they built their lead out to 20 points to 12. As Caliana Bueller on to serve once again after the timeout. She'll serve this one across. Put there by Tomlinson. Ball set up on the outside. And Koyak will play it across the net. DeLong sets it up on the outside. This time not much behind that one from Legendre. Now she gets a block. Kept alive nicely by Parkside. Monolo sets it up for Legendre. No, in the middle instead. That ball was played actually by Weller. It was tipped before it went out of bounds, so it's a point for the Terriers, and they lead 21-12. This 9-point advantage is their biggest of the set. And looking to make it a double-digit lead for the first time is Bueller. Serves it across. Played here. Skoog now to the net, sent across by McLean. All set up on the opposite side. From the back row to Bueller, sneaks it across. Bueller powered it through the net. And the Terriers lead 22-12. That was Bueller from the back row, by the way. Puts this one across and gets an ace. I'm going to still call it an ace. I know it hit two players, Tom, but it was kind of a ping pong off of one or the other, and neither one really made much of a play on the ball, so we'll call it an ace for Bueller. She has her next serve. Returned by Parkside. Set up here. Look out. Legendre on the outside. Kind of mistimed her jump. Had to hit from a standing position, but Parkside unable to return it. And now Staunton has a chance to take the first set. 1 point away. Bueller into the net on the service error. And Parkside lives to play another point here in set number one. As Hope and Koyak is on to serve. Koyak serve, a good one. Monolo dives to keep it alive. It's pushed across here by DeLong. A chance for Parkside to set up on the outside. They do to McLean, and McLean gets the kill. 24-14. While it would take a huge run for Parkside here, you could still get some momentum going into set number two. So you don't want to just give up here, and they have not. Monolo hits it high to Legendre on the outside, blocked to the net. Diving play off the hands of Weller as it was blocked by Parkside, goes out of bounds, and Parkside cuts it to within single digits, 24-15. Hope and Koyak serves it across. Monolo played there by DeLong. Hits it across, and well, it doesn't always have to be exactly what you were intending to get the point. She gets the point nonetheless, and Staunton takes set number one, 25-15. We'll pause here for a break. We'll get set for set number two next.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Just get the do.
Cut! He's hypnotized again!
Do the do.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
The halftime show is sponsored by your friends at Little Jess Motor Company. If you've been waiting to get the best deal on a new Ram truck, well, your wait is over. During Ram Truck Month event at Little Jess, we're taking an unheard of 25% off all our last remaining 23 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn Eco Diesels. You heard me right, 25% off. Now you can save over $14,000 off our last 2 new Ram Eco Diesels. Get 28 mile per gallon highway and get one for as low as $42,570. Hurry in, Little Jess, serving Tri-States for 7 decades.
Getting ready for set number 2 as Staunton took set 1 25-15, fell behind early but came storming back, and once they got that momentum they really took over that first set. Parkside will look to make some adjustments here and try to steal set number 2 and send this thing to a third set. Both teams getting the proper rotations adjusted here. Should see Parkside on the serve, and we will for Hope and Koyak. And Koyak back to serve for Peru Parkside. Her first serve of the second set is a good one. Played here by DeLong, set up to the middle to Weller, and Weller with a crafty move gets the kill. They kind of were expecting power, and she just kind of lofted it over the top of the would-be blockers. Madison Caliana Bueller to serve. She was a very good server in that first game. Now this one is not able to be returned by Parkside, and Staunton with a 2-0 lead. Our 4-person officiating crew really helps on those close plays on the outside. We've seen a couple of close ones already in these first 2 quarterfinals. Now the ball centered back by Parkside. Done nicely there. Skoog sends it across. Bonalo to the back line, and Bueller, diving play by Skoog, sent across the net by Parkside. A chance to set it up on the outside for the hitter here as Bueller sends it across. Set by Nkowiak at the net, pushed across here by McLean. Excuse me, that was Sanders on the push across. Here's a ball returned off the hands of Legender. Chance on the outside now for McLean. Played nicely by Bonalo. Monalo, excuse me, with an M, how about Monalo, and now Legender gets the kill. So Caden Legender, not necessarily the most powerful kill we've seen her have so far today, but a kill nonetheless to make it 3-0 Terriers. Bueller's next. Skoog plays it well there to Nkowiak. On the left side of McLean. Centered here to DeLong, now to Legender, and the would-be blockers actually ended up catching the ball that time. And that'll be a point for Staunton. 4-0 Terriers. Off to the good start. And Bueller with a ton of service points so far in this match. Diving play, Skoog sends it into the referee stand. 5-0 Terriers. As Bueller again back to serve. Sends it across. Played in the back line by Skoog to Nkowiak. On the outside, McLean with the 2-hand hit across the net. All set up DeLong for Legender. Look out for the kill. That time Alyssa DeLong thought she was set up ready to return that, but that ball flew by her in less than a blink of an eye. Bueller. Free ball back across, batted right back over by Weller. A chance for Parkside to set it up for McLean. She'll send it across, played by Legender. On the right side now for Johnson, who kind of falling out of bounds as she hit it. Ball hits into the net, and Parkside unable to control. They want the timeout as they've fallen behind 7-0 here in set number 2. We're back with you after this break.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We've got the kids and we've got the games. All we need is you. The schools of the Illinois Elementary School Association are looking for someone like you to become licensed as an official, a referee, a starter, or an umpire. We need sports-minded women and men to get into the action. It's easy to become licensed as an athletic official. Please take time to find out how by calling the Illinois High School Association Officials Department at 309-663-6377. Staunton on quite the roll here in set number 2. Out of the Parkside timeout. Bueller on the serve. Scoot has to go across on this hit and does from Kowiak. All set on the opposite side for Legender with a big hit but out of bounds. Was not tipped at the net, and Peru Parkside is on the board for the first time here in set number 2. 7-1, they trail. So a lot of volleyball left to play as Mia Michelson is back in to serve. Michelson with a right-hand serve. DeLong sets it up in the middle now, and Weller wasn't able to high point the ball, hits it into the net, and back-to-back points by Parkside. Michelson again to serve. He's trying to get on one of those rolls like Bueller did to start the game. Here's the ball. Legender pushes it across, sent right back on the free ball. Set up here, back to the middle for Bueller. Good powerful hit, but played nicely by Parkside. And again, a chance for Weller now as her hit is returned right back to her. She'll block it across and get the point for the Terriers. 8-2. Weller has shown to be a versatile player for this Terrier squad early. As Addie Monolo is back to serve. Parkside sets it up on the outside, hit across here by Tomlinson. Set to the right side now for Window. Played well again on the left side, and a big hit from Riley Russell for the kill. And after that big kill, Parkside has Jaden Sanders back to serve, and it's dug out there. Staunton was kind of caught still rotating there. They hadn't gotten set, and Parkside was able to take advantage of the miscue. 8-4. Sanders again. Hits this one out into the net, and the service error will make it a 9-4 score. Again, a rarity here in the state finals to see a ball miss it on the serves. Usually these young people are on point. Lainey Weller to serve for the Terriers. Ball hit high, sent back to the side of the Terriers. They'll send it right back across. Now has to go across this time, and unable to get the height on that one was Baumgartner, and into the net. 10-4 the score. Weller with the ace. Lainey Weller, the only 7th grader on the squad and the only 7th grader for either team in this matchup, and she gets another ace. 12-4. It kind of looks like the Terriers are getting on another one of those rolls like we saw in set number 1. We started this set up 7-0 and now lead 12-4. Weller's next. Played there, sent it up by Russell. She'll send it across, in fact. Now Weller sets it up to Legender on the outside, and she'll get the kill. Snuck it inside the back line that time, did Kaden Legender, to make it 13-4 Terriers. We talk about exit velocity in baseball. I'd like to know the exit velocity off of the Kaden Legender spikes here. That should be impressive. There's the ball sent across. Played there by Aberly. Aberly now will bump it across the net. Set up, and Kowiak sent back across by the Raiders. Now to Legender. Big hit played well there by Skoog. Now a miss hit though, as Koyak and McLean ran into one another. And to make it 14-4. Momentum big in these games, as is communication. Ball set in the middle now for Russell. Played by Weller for the Terriers. Legender now doesn't put much behind this one, trying to catch her opponent off guard, as does Russell. She sends it across. Terriers were able to return it as Window sends it across the net. Another chance for Russell on the outside. She'll have the spike. Played by Legender. Look how they set it up for her, and this one is in for the point. Just inside the back line. 15-4. That was close. Referee was right there, though, with the flag and said, in. Can't go to the replay like they do at Wimbledon, Tom. They had that in the tennis game. I've never seen it in volleyball, though. Would be handy, as now Bueller and Legender both jump at the same time to hit the same ball that was set up, and they kind of look at one another and said, sorry, I thought I had it, and you thought you had it, and neither one of us did. 15-5. Parker McLean to serve for the Raiders. All set by Weller for Legender. Another big kill. And at this level, that is a pretty tough ball to return. As now Legender is back to serve. Let's be honest, at any level, that's a pretty tough ball to return. Now Legender gets an ace. And Parkside wants to take their second time out of the set. Staunton 17, Peru Parkside 5 here in set number 2, back after this break.
At Logan Agri-Service, we believe that every seed holds the promise of a thriving future. Our commitment to quality and excellence is as strong as the roots we help you grow. With decades of experience, our dedicated team understands your unique needs. From cover crops to premium seeds, we have it all. But it's not just about products, it's about partnership. We're not just sellers, we're your allies in growth, your consultants in success.
Flavors of dew. I am thirsty. I must get dew.
Cut! He's hypnotized again!
Do the dew.
Peru Parkside with their second time out here of set number 2. They trail 17-5 as this Staunton Terrier team is on quite the roll right now. Legender sends it across. Played by Skoog. Up near the net. Set up on the outside for Bumgarner. Not able to get that one across. Couldn't tell if it was partially blocked or just into the net that time. Either way, Staunton gets the point, 18-5. Legender doesn't mess around when she's serving. She gets it and goes. Ball will be set up for Russell in the middle. Played here. The swing is Aberly. Now for Parkside. On the left side, it's Koyak. Diving play by Legender. Set up for Bueller with a big hit. The block that time by Riley Russell. Nice block by Russell to score the point for Parkside and make it 18-6. Russell now subs out of the game as into the contest. And back to serve, we see Emma Tomlinson. Also in for Parkside is Claire Suseric, excuse me. All served across. Weller sets it up on the outside. This time a miss hit for Window for the Terriers of Staunton. That makes it 18-7. Tomlinson bounces the ball on the court. Now sends it across on the serve. Russell sets it up for Bueller, and she will also hit it into the net. And back-to-back times we've seen Staunton kind of mistime their jump. You've got to have that good setter-to-hitter relationship to really be on the same timing. Parkside can pull this one within single digits. Weller now will cover her team at Aberly, who sends it across. Diving play by Skoog. Skoog now will get it back and try to send it across. Unable to get there, though. She kind of had an eye on one of her teammates, and then at the last moment decided that she was the only one in the vicinity to try to hit it. By that time, it was too late. It went into the net. Window to serve. Well played there by Parkside. This hit, though, is out of bounds. A little too powerful from Hope and Koyak. And it's 20-8, Staunton. Some of the Terriers fans on their feet. They're starting to feel this one a bit. This one looks to be long, but played by Skoog. Miss hit. I think she actually made the right decision to play that service. It was going to land in bounds. It just didn't come off of her hands the way she intended. She takes a deep breath. Re-steadies herself as Window is back to serve again for Staunton. Goes right back at Skoog. This time she makes a nice play on this one. Set up in the net for Ankowiak, but into the net. And the Terriers' lead just keeps on growing, 22-8. Again, they took set one, 25-15. Looking to win here in straight sets. Up big in set number 2. Window, played by Skoog. Had to go down to a knee to hit at that time. Now Ankowiak sends it across. Weller has to get across on this hit, and they will off the hands of the Gender. Now the ball set up on the outside for Ankowiak. Good hit of it here. Return, but out of bounds. And nice job by Ankowiak with a big hit to score the point for Parkside. 22-9 is Annika Skoog. Is back to serve. S-K-O-O-G, Skoog, the server here. And a diving play, free ball back across. Skoog will set it up at the net. Back to the Terriers side. A little bit of a scramble drill on both sides right now. Now they'll get settled, and a good hit by Ankowiak. Weller sets it up for Bueller with the power on the kill. Anyone? Bueller. Couldn't make it through the whole day without it, Tom. Come on.
That was pretty good.
DeLong is back, and our team's just 2 points away from taking this first set. Hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. Here is Skoog. Is it on the outside? Good hit. Ball blocked partially here. Sent across for the back line by Johnson, and that's one somehow falls in. I think Johnson wasn't sure if that was the second or third hit for her team, as it was partially blocked to the net, and now it's match point for the Terriers. And back to serve is Alyssa DeLong. DeLong serve is across. Played high by Tomlinson. Taken by Skoog. Across the net by Ankowiak. A chance to set up one of the hitters here on the outside to look for Johnson. She'll push it across. Skoog now. Sets it on the outside, and Kowiak diving play, and this is going to be a point for Parkside. Dove, and it went backwards instead of toward the net to make it 24-10. And Parkside not done just yet. And Kowiak to serve. Serves this one across, and a rotation error by Staunton will result in a point for Parkside. We're still moving when the serve was being placed. First time we've seen that called this evening. 24-11 the score. And Kowiak, all played by Monabo. Serves it up for Legender. It's a kill, and the win for the Terriers. So they take this one in straight sets, 25-15, 25-11. They improved their record to 24-1 on, or excuse me, how about 25-1 on the year now for this Terrier squad, and they will play in the state semifinals against Mantino tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll come back with post-match coverage on the Blessing Health System post-match show next.
Okay, everyone, let's do this. How about you?
What are your thoughts on today's patient care?
Real busy day, but it was a team effort. And how about you?
Third checkup that your patient talked about her summer concert. How do you stay enthused?
You can't blame her. Those tickets were hard to come by. But her summer wasn't a cruel one. Huh?
Doctor,
Next, how about you?
Doctor, it hurts when I do this.
Don't do that.
Hey, the internet says I'm sick. Am I?
I'd get a professional opinion on that.
Doc, donuts in the break room look like a hit.
Not bad. Definitely better than those bagels. Okay, we have time for one more. Next.
The staff looked focused today. What do you attribute that to?
Well, at Blessing, we're tasked with providing exceptional care, so every visit is like the big game for us. Okay, gotta run.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Staunton takes this one in straight sets, 25-15, 25-11 over Peru Parkside, and punches their ticket into the state semifinal tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. And Tom, it took the Terriers a little bit to get going, but once they did, it was kind of like a locomotive running away downhill. They just were fairly dominant in this matchup.
Yeah, they found their footing and they never looked back. You know, you really saw Kaden Legender just kind of take the ball and run with it. Anytime she set the ball, it was an impactful play, and that goes to show you that, you know, if you can get the momentum and you can get a big hit and just get your team's energy moving in the right direction, it is everything for this game.
Time to name our player of the match, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, who our Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why he's a proud sponsor of the player of the match on Central Illinois Sports. And Caliana Bueller going to be our player of the match in this one. Big-time service points in both the first and second sets. Some huge kills as well. And Caliana Bueller is our player of the match. Again, Staunton takes this one 25-15, 25-11. We'll have a little bit of a break here as they'll let the next two teams get warmed up to Topless and Eureka. We hope you'll come back for coverage from the IESA Class 3A State Finals from Pana High School on Central Illinois Sports.